Chris, great to see you, man. Awesome hitting that break last night, by the way.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it yet, Brian. The video got lost in all the food pics and grandkid posts. There's just too much stuff on Facebook. I don't want to buy protein shakes for my cousin's kid or watch a cat playing piano. Facebook wasn't made for collecting, that's for sure.
Well, Chris, now there's a better way to break.
Well, spit it out. What does that mean?
There's a new platform designed specifically for breaking, created by the pros at Real Sports Cards. It's called Uncommon. When you use Uncommon, you won't see any of the Facebook clutter. You can tune in to a current break in progress, see what's dropping next, browse your favorite card categories, and easily find what you're looking for.
That looks easy as pie. How do I join a break?
You simply click, and your spot is on hold. No more constantly refreshing and commenting to claim teams. Then it safely and securely charges your account. A notification will tell you when the break is about to start, and a live chat lets you cheer each other on.
Well, this is a walk in the park compared to Facebook.
Yep, sure is.
Can I start now?
Absolutely. Visit uncommonapp.com today for a better way to break.
Where has this been all these years? I think I might delete my Facebook now.
See that. There we go. Test, test, test.
Hello,
Test, test, test.
Jake's Hobbies.
Twan Hilden on YouTube. That's weird. It must have not been. Maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. I'm blaming Titus. Titus screwed something up.
Your first time?
This is my first time doing this.
Your first time?
I don't know how to work the microphone, actually.
Unreal.
All right, we're live
We've
now.
been doing this for how many years? And microphone should be like the easiest piece,
Rule number 1. Don't live streaming. Check the microphone.
right?
Well, we're starting off Friday with me getting fired, so that's just another Friday.
I like it. I like it.
What's going on, everyone? Who else is here with us? Check in, say hello. Happy Friday.
So while you couldn't hear us, Emil was saying how he missed you guys.
Yep.
I said, I'm on the fence. But then he said he missed you because he had to hang out with me last Friday
Which is correct. That still stands true.
in New York City.
Yep.
Is your first time in New York City
First time in New York.
ever?
Yeah. First time in New York City ever.
Well, flying into the airport doesn't count
No. I've never flown in. True. I did fly into JFK.
on the way home from Dubai.
Yeah, but I've been to Buffalo before.
That also does not count.
In the state of New York, it counts, but New York City does. Yeah, definitely a different beast.
Correct.
A little bit different than Buffalo, New York.
Yes.
So yeah, it was. I think it helped that I didn't have any expectations going into the city. Obviously, we're going out there for Fanatics Fest. It's a big rush. Like trying to get everything ready beforehand. Like, I just wasn't thinking about the trip as a whole. So we get out there, and, like, you asked me, like, what do you want to see in New York? I was like, I never really thought about it. I've never really had a desire to go to New York City either. So that kind of helps.
So we got set up. We got set up on Thursday, got the booth all ready to go, everything like that. And I was like, all right, we're going to go do some of the touristy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We knocked out a lot of touristy stuff on Thursday evening.
Yeah, we crushed it. I did everything.
I tried to show them as much as like the basics that you could in one night.
Yep.
We
did a whole loop.
You got to experience the subway for the first time.
Yeah, that was crazy. I've done the subway in Rome before, and then Chicago. Chicago's a little bit different. It was really similar to Rome, like the underground subway. So that wasn't like groundbreaking.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty cool because I think it's so much more like in depth and detailed than anywhere else.
The trippiest thing about the subway in New York City for me is just thinking about the cavernous tunnels like burrowing underneath this giant mega city.
Yeah.
All of these giant buildings, and like it's just like Swiss cheese underneath the ground.
It is weird to think about.
Yeah. So we did on Thursday. You had to go to Kith, right? So we went to Soho.
It was cool seeing Soho, just walking around down there, like super artsy, like kind of hipster fashion. It was kind of cool.
We went to Kith, but the line outside was really, really long.
Yep.
I think they only let one person in the building at a time.
Had to have been at least one.
It's not like
a
it's
max
not like
of
it was
one.
busy inside.
It didn't look busy, no.
Or they just are like, hey, we want to have a line outside, so make sure you have a line at all times.
Should we start doing that in here?
We should have a line outside. We should just be like, sorry guys, you're gonna have to wait because we are in high demand.
Yeah, we're full. One person walks out, next person walks in. It's an empty store.
Exactly.
That's a good learning lesson. We might have to implement that.
And then from Soho, we walked to Little Italy.
Yep.
Emil got the experience of being solicited by all of the hosts and hostesses of the Italian restaurants.
Yep.
Down the street.
That's
there
cool.
on both sides.
So the Italians are hustlers.
They are hustlers. Literally, like every single restaurant storefront you walk by, they're like, "Happy hour, come, it's happy hour,"
Yep.
or it's time, come eat dinner, eat dinner, just hawking you the entire way, which I kind of enjoy. Actually.
I respect it.
It's like who wants me the most?
What are you gonna do? How much are you gonna plead?
Which one of you wants me to eat at your restaurant the most? How low are you willing to go?
I don't know about that.
It's like an ego stroke.
It is.
Like, oh, they really want me to eat here.
Yep.
Just me. Only me. They probably only solicited me out of all of these people.
I'm pretty sure some of the hostesses solicited me harder than they would have like other people.
Right. Exactly.
I felt pretty good after that.
No, it was good. And then we went to Times Square. Or no, then we went to Wall Street.
Yep, we did Wall Street. Got to see New York
Stock Exchange and get a little too friendly with the bull.
Which, I don't know if you've been tracking, the market has gone up since we were in New York. So I touched the bull and things started going up again. You can track it. It's legit. Look at this week. Look at the market since we were there.
Not sure if I buy into that cause and effect.
I'm putting it all on me. You guys are welcome.
We then walked down to Battery Park.
Yep.
Where you could kind of see the Statue of Liberty.
Kind of. I got a picture of the side from like 10 miles out.
They have Battery Park like almost entirely walled off because they are raising the seawall 5 feet.
Yeah, which is a crazy thought.
Right? So in order to protect against future flooding and sea level rises, they are raising the seawall 5 feet. So they've got it all walled off. You can't see jack.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
the cool thing about that, I didn't realize there was like a legit fort right there.
Yeah, there's forts all over America on water.
Yeah, I've never legit done the East Coast, or like I did when I was younger, Outer Banks in North Carolina. There's no forts on the Outer Banks, but like Boston, and I've never, I guess, conceptual. Obviously, I've learned about it all, Revolutionary War, but
Yeah,
I've never thought about that.
We had to keep those evil British away.
True. Yeah, we still have to, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Then we walked to World Trade.
Yep.
Got to see World Trade Center, one World Trade, and one of the infinity pools.
Yeah.
That was the base of one of the old World Trade buildings.
Yep, which is crazy.
Which is still wild.
Yeah, it was
still
weird.
Wild.
Weird to be around there.
And then we hopped on train.
Yep.
To Times Square.
Correct.
And you got to get elbow to elbow and shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
With every human that's not from New York City in New York City.
Yeah, the jury's still out on whether or not I think that was the best place in the world or the absolute worst place in the world. And I went back multiple nights that week.
You went like 3 nights to Times Square.
Yeah, every night. Besides one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I vote worst, but I have been there many times.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. Like the Vegas Strip is the best comparison, but just like, you don't know what's going to happen or what you're going to see.
Right.
It's pretty crazy.
Yep.
So it's cool. It's fun.
Other than that, that was the quick tour on Thursday.
Yep.
Fanatics Fest was awesome.
Yeah.
We had a great time at Fanatics Fest. I think Fanatics Fest was a little bit of a misunderstood event in the trading card industry.
For sure.
I think what I saw from people in the trading card industry talking about Fanatics Fest on Twitter and Instagram and all these was talking about how bad of a card show it was. Mm-hmm. And Fanatics was I thought they were pretty clear about this being a fan experience. What they told us, 70% fan experience, 30% cards, trading cards. The whole idea here was we want to bring in fans with this really, really cool event and then expose these fans to trading cards, when they might not or likely aren't collectors today.
Yep.
And I think they nailed it.
100%.
Honestly, the fan experience side of this event was A+.
Yeah, there legitimately has been nothing like that ever.
Right.
Ever.
Right. From all of the leagues setting up, the NFL having their 40-yard sprint, the
WWE was the best
one by far. WWE allowing people to come out to their own entry music.
Yep.
I mean, NBA, there were NBA athletes out there on that court constantly just shooting hoops with people.
Yeah, you had Cooper Flag out there. You had Katie and Ant shooting, going one-on-one. Paulo was there. The cool thing about it all with the activations, how good they were in and of themselves, but then adding on the athlete interaction on top of that is it was crazy to see.
Yeah, and they had all of the sports represented.
Every single one. Yep.
That was really cool. So
yeah.
I wish I could have done more of those experiences.
No, I would, yeah, because I mean, you were out doing stuff, and I was at the booth the whole time.
Selling singles,
Yeah, Jake, that was the cool thing. I did notice that. I mean, there were definitely people that went just for the card show, so there was transactions going on. People walking around with Zion cases. I feel like there, compared to any other show that we've been to, I've had more people tell me this is my first card show. I'm new to the hobby, just getting into it. This is my first that sort of stuff. I had actually a handful of people I had that dialogue with, which is really cool to see. Right. Which makes me think that, Fanatics achieved their goal of exposing more people to the hobby.
And now we didn't sell enough to pay for our expenses and things like that. Yep. So I think they still have a piece to work out.
Yeah. On
if they want card dealers there.
Yep.
It's got to be worth it for us to be there, right? I mean, with a booth and travel expenses, if we're into it for $15,000.
Yes, a lot of stuff.
Then even to be on par with selling those singles on eBay, you got to sell $150,000 to $200,000 worth of singles for it to equal 12%, 13% eBay fees.
Right.
And that didn't happen.
Yeah, we didn't come close to doing that.
That did not happen. So there was no breaking even at this event for us.
No.
But it was still a good event. The best experience of the whole show clearly was the workshop on creating hobby content that I gave.
Yep. I had multiple people come up and tell me that was the best workshop
they're going to remember that. You know, like, oh, I saw Tom Brady, that was cool, but I got to
listen to Ryan
listen to Ryan's creating hobby content workshop, and that's what I'm going to take home with me.
Yep, that multiple people told me that for sure.
Yes.
No, it was good. That went really well. I mean, it was cool to see up there, and it was from afar. It looked like a good workshop, and I know I heard some very positive things about you.
Yeah. Oh, great.
It was refreshing.
Great. You talked to my mom?
Yep, she was there.
No, overall though, the show was excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. They are doing more shows, but they are changing them up a little bit. So I know they've got a show coming up like the first week of November in Orlando.
Yep.
That's supposed to be kind of flip-flopped, like 70% card show, 30% experience. So this one might be a little bit more cards than experiences, but I think they're going to be able to bring some of the experiential stuff to the card show,
which is going to be cool.
Which will be an even different kind of show than we've ever really had before.
Yep. And I think they have a little bit of a hurdle to establish these shows as there were plenty of legit dealers and even big singles guys specifically that were there, but I think they're, since not one of the main ones yet, it might take a little bit of a curve to get more of those guys in there.
And we still have to decide what we're going to do for Orlando, if we're going to head down there or not.
Yep.
We don't generally do a huge show circuit.
Yeah. I mean, singles isn't our main business necessarily.
Right.
At all.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we don't spend the whole year buying up singles so that we can travel the country to sell them at shows.
Right.
You just gotta sell a lot of stuff to make it worth it.
Yep.
When you gotta travel.
Yep. We're able to do some cool things. Like we traded a bunch of Joe Burrow stuff for a bunch of Justin Jefferson stuff, and we're able to pick up a bunch of Anthony Edwards stuff.
Made a really nice Anthony Edwards buy
Yep.
at on Sunday, the last day of the show, literally as they were kicking us out.
Not exaggerating there,
which was awesome. So I mean, that's one nice thing about shows is being able to go and pick up a bunch of Minnesota stuff, that we know we can bring back here to the store and make some people happy.
Yes, if you're local, we have a bunch of new stuff in the store.
Right. So, but no, it was really good overall. I was really pleased with the event, and we had a good time going out every evening.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I like New York. I'll be back.
Let's talk about product a little bit for Fanatics Fest. There was some product announcements and drops that made waves.
Yep.
The first one we didn't really do any of. In fact, I think that they're dropping today at Lids stores.
Yep. Right? They are, yeah.
So,
and online too.
Online.
Yep.
So I was super, super skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
And I was still slightly skeptical.
Yeah.
But Fanatics dropped these Lids mystery player boxes that are hat mystery boxes. And they are unique hats, but they're mystery. Like, you don't know what teams you're going to get. They're player hats, so they all got a player associated with them. You don't know what player or team you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
You get 3 hats.
Yep.
You get Topps Chrome Lids pack.
Yep, I think it's just one Topps Chrome Lids
Very
pack.
similar to what they did last year with the hats.
Yep.
And then you get a scratch off for the chance to win different kinds of memorabilia and things like that.
Yeah, or experiences.
Or
I know there's like
experience,
Super Bowl tickets or whatever as well.
Right. I mean, I looked at it initially and I was like, oh man, like, okay, $50 a hat. That's great. $50 a hat, 3 hats, that's $150. These Topps Chrome packs last year were about,
they started off at like
they started out at $40, $50. Mm-hmm. They're like probably $30 packs now.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, and then $50 for the extra scratch off to get to $250 is what they charge for these things. But then also you're ending up with 3 hats like that you might not care about.
This was your big hang up was
I'm sorry, I'm not wearing a Yankees hat ever.
Right.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
So at least last year I got to go to the Lids store and pick out all the different variations of Twins hats
that you wanted,
that I wanted. And so, like, the mystery hat thing, like, I only wear hats of the teams that I'm a fan of.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, and I'm different in that regard. I'll wear whatever. Not whatever. I'm still picky, but I am open to wearing hats of a lot of different teams.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to wear a George Brett Royals hat. I'm not going to wear a Derek Jeter Yankees hat. I'm not going to wear a Tony Gwynn San Diego hat. Even though I love Tony Gwynn.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear a Tony Gwynn San Diego hat, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe I would wear a Nolan Ryan
Astros hat.
or Rangers hat,
Yeah.
or a Cal Ripken Jr. Orioles hat, but like it's a really, really short list of non-Minnesota sports hats that I would wear.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it just didn't appeal to me. So maybe there are more people that will wear other hats.
Yep, Jake's in on all of them.
Jake's wearing a Griffey. I might wear a Griffey Mariners hat backwards.
I don't think I've ever seen you like consistently wear a hat backwards.
Wear a hat backwards?
Yeah.
No, just when it's getting in my way.
Exactly. No.
But clearly other people had different opinion because these boxes were reselling at Fanatics Fest almost $400.
Over 400. They started off at like 450 or something like that.
Yeah.
There's something great.
Yeah.
And then the hats were individually were selling really well. People were listing
We saw
their hats
people
and,
selling hats for $90.
Yeah.
On individual hats. It was like, whoa, all
Yeah.
right. Clearly a different response to these things than what my initial response was.
And the hats were done well. They were like quality wise really nice. Like, and they have some chase hats. I think they have like a Yankees mantle hat that was way limited than anything else. Like, I think that made it cool too.
And I'm not gonna lie, after seeing the market's response to these hats, it kind of made me like think maybe I should go to Lids today.
You can get them online.
You can get them online.
Yeah. I'm not sure what time the drop is.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
but
it'd be interesting to see how many they actually do or how fast they sell out.
I mean,
because
how many people watching would be interested in these Lids boxes as part of a break? So
if you do a random team mixer or pick
your team, you can do any pick your team or random. But if you pull the Tony Gwynn Padres hat, it goes to the Padres. Like. You know, if you pull the Mickey Mantle hat, it goes to the Yankees.
Yep.
I mean, does that sound interesting to anybody? We obviously then would open the pack.
And then that would go to the card,
And as a part of the break.
And then you do the redemption as like skunk protection, so they get a chance at something.
You could, you could do like the scratch off. You could do the scratch off as a skunk prize or something like that in the break. So I mean. Maybe we need to look at going and grabbing a couple of boxes.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Kevin said he's in. Jake said he's in. Tuan is not in. He's not a hat guy. Which, I mean, we wouldn't have 100 of them, but I think it'd be cool.
No, I'm thinking like we get like 2 boxes or 4 boxes and have a couple of breaks.
Right.
I mean, if we could get them locally, we could throw them out there tomorrow maybe and do a couple of mixers and then be done with them. Like, I'm not going to go buy 100 of these things and go crazy, trying to fill breaks on them. But I think it might be kind of a fun thing to do a little bit.
That would be cool. I'll have to look for a couple of them today.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So they did that at Fanatics Fest, and then they had a couple other exclusives.
Yep.
The Topps Chrome Fanatics Fest exclusives.
Right.
Which
with the Big Apple parallels.
Titus pulled a Judge yesterday afternoon, and then Andrew pulled an Ellie last night.
Oh, Big Apple.
So, yeah, they're kind of big cards. They're sweet. I forget what the exact print run on it is on them, but they look really, really sweet.
Right.
So, we only have a few of those boxes left, and I don't think we'll be getting those back in stock because those sold out.
Yeah, I would expect most, if not all of those to break tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, if not early next week.
Yeah, and
maybe.
Yep. So, we'll have... we're limited on that. We can't get more. So.
Right. Yep.
And then the other products.
My personal favorite.
You're just a Travis Scott homer.
100% I am. 100% I am.
These Travis Scott boxes are bonkers.
They're crazy.
Like what is going on in the market on the boxes and the singles.
Yep.
Honestly, blows my mind.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the Travis, like if there's enough high roller Travis Scott fans, or if it's just the allure of the super limited product. But what singles are doing is insane.
Right. I mean, thousands of. I mean,
Paul Skeens base card is $800.
a base card.
And granted, it's going to be limited to, I think there's like 160 copies of each card, or something like 110, something like that. I forget what it is.
Yes, it's going to be his most limited base card of any set by far.
By far. And it looks sick. The design's sweet. Like, even outside of just Travis Scott, I think the design is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then the Travis Scott cards. I mean, I saw a red Travis Scott that had like at auction bids up to $9,000. Just bonkers.
Yeah.
Have we hit any Travis Scott
We
cards
haven't
yet?
No.
We've opened 2 boxes.
3 boxes.
Oh, so we've opened 3.
Yep. The biggest cards so far are the big one by far.
The Bobby Witt
bomb is the
Bobby Witt Jr. Superfractor.
Correct. Yeah, that's a massive one. Andrew hit a Caminero Black number to 10 yesterday, which was sick. And I think Titus's biggest one, or he had the Witt, but he also had a Witt to 25 in that same pack. But then a Judge to 25.
Nice.
Oh, and we had a Yamamoto red.
Oh my!
So that one's bigger than a lot of the other ones.
2 boxes.
3 boxes. Yep.
3 boxes.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
So a lot of big cards.
Crazy stuff. I think that was the 3 boxes that we have.
We have one on the way.
Oh, we've got one on the way.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sneaky one.
If it doesn't end up in my safe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And then obviously we'll keep our eyes out and ears out, looking for more boxes.
Correct.
See if we can pop any.
They're gonna dry up. This 1,000 boxes produced. Like they have already dried up, and they're gonna keep drying up. I think as people keep opening them and stashing them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Ramsey said, "How about that Messi?" I think Ramsey's gonna come up. He owes us a trip up here.
Yeah, are you coming to pick that thing up, Ramsey? Yeah, that's a good segue into new releases this week.
Yeah.
And we might as well start with soccer. Right?
Dynasty, baby.
Dynasty soccer, first time ever.
Yep.
Right, so it begs the question: could Dynasty soccer, first time ever, fall into that same category as first time ever F1 Dynasty?
For sure, if not more.
Right, like
I think it's already higher.
I mean, as far as like the desirability of this set, being the first ever Dynasty patch autos of every player.
Right.
You know, we saw that be huge.
Yep.
Even though they're not rookie cards, it's first ever.
Yep.
We saw that be huge for Formula One.
Yeah, and they did so many cool things with it, like all the jerseys being match worn. Like one of the coolest things with me is Holland, who has Man City patch autos, his current team, has Salzburg patch autos, which are match worn jerseys from his rookie year.
Yeah.
Which is
awesome.
Insane to think about.
Yeah.
And the Messi stuff is cool. Like, to be fair, like the PSG Messi is just kind of crappy compared to like the Barcelona Messi. So maybe that one doesn't do as well.
But Ramsey hit that crappy PSG
exactly
Messi in a break, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's a bomb. That's amazing. A big one.
I'm curious. Like, is this a keeper for Ramsey, or is this a flipper?
I feel like that's a key. I don't know. I think it's gotta be a keeper.
It'd be really, really hard for me to sell that card.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't stash many cards.
But Messi on card Dynasty auto.
Messi on card first Dynasty auto.
Yep.
Might be one of those cards that I just couldn't bring myself to sell.
Yeah.
So
everything's on price.
Awesome product. What else do we have this week? Topps Chrome Tennis. Let's talk about Topps Chrome Tennis a little bit.
Yep.
They tried tennis 2 years ago.
2021 Topps Chrome Tennis. And it had Coco Gauff.
It had Pete Sampras.
It had Coco Gauff.
And that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Massive improvements to the checklist this year.
Massively. Yeah. By far. I mean, they went out and got the 2 biggest guys in the sport right now.
Well, 2 biggest people in the sport.
Well, they're guys.
Oh, come on. Number 2 is Iga. You got to give her credit. She's big time.
She's big time, yeah, but I don't think she's bigger than Joker or Alcaraz.
She's big time.
Yeah, she's legit. I think she's world number 1 right now for women's.
She was at one point this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many?
No. Shout out Iga. She's Polish. I stand with my Polish brothers and sisters.
Where is Jokic in the world rankings?
1 or 2.
Okay, and where's Alcaraz?
1 or 2.
Okay, there. You don't know who's won?
I don't know
I
who's
don't
won
know
right
who's
now.
won either.
I'm actually curious. I think Joker's got it.
There's only 2 number 1s in the world. Only 2 number 1s in the
Let's
world.
see, men's tennis rankings. My gut tells me it's Joker and then Alcaraz.
I opened 2 boxes in the store and hit a Chris Evers auto, which I thought was awesome.
I don't know who that is, to be honest. Old school?
Old school.
I know who Bjorn Borg is. He's my favorite.
Yep.
That's
But they had Andre Agassi on this checklist. They went pretty deep on this checklist.
Actually, Djokovic is 2. Alcaraz is 3.
Ooh.
And Sinner is number 1 right now.
Is he in the products?
I don't think so. Yannick Sinner.
Iga's the best person in the product.
I actually don't know who this is.
She might not be
Crazy.
number 1 either.
Let's look at women. Give it a second to load. No, she is.
She is number 1.
Yep.
All right. She
Yep.
is number 1.
Sabalenka's
So
2.
she's the best player in the product. She's the only number 1 world ranked player in the product.
Shout out Iga. No, yeah, they loaded it up. Like, if you just look at the top 10, top 20 for both men and women,
They did a really good
you'll
job.
see everyone basically in the product.
Yep. And that was the biggest problem with the previous release.
Yeah, is they just didn't have the current names.
Right. So.
Yep. So, no, it's been really good. It's cool, like, having this. They had Cincinnati last 2 weekends ago, and then the U.S. Open in New York actually going on right now. So
Right.
it's a fun release to have that, to have that tournament alongside of.
Right.
It's like releasing SP Games Golf during the Masters or something like that.
Right.
Something similar.
Right.
So, no, it's been good. We pulled some sweet stuff out of that for sure.
Yep. You gotta like it.
Yeah. Yep. So they had tennis. What else? I saw Jake asked about Prism Undercard. We will have it in. Yes, Jake. I think we'll have some for the store, and then we'll be doing some breaks on Saturday. I'll probably get some up for Saturday morning. Not a ton. Undercard is always usually more limited, but WWE Prism was really, really good this year. So I'm gonna try to get some more back in stock so we can run some more.
Yeah.
Some more
Undercard is like fast break or
Yep.
first pitch.
Quick pitch.
Or quick pitch, is it? Quick
Yeah.
pitch.
Yep.
Where we get a lot less of that product allocated to us than
Yep.
than the hobby.
Yep. No, but yeah, we for sure had that coming, and then we got Panini One football today as well,
Ooh.
which is interesting because I don't know if you saw, they added some stuff to Panini One football this year.
I mean, they needed to.
Yeah, they had to. So now they've got the metallized color blasts and mangas and some of these case hit type inserts.
They needed to add more non-auto content so that they could get some Stroud and some of the guys that they can't do autos of
Yep.
into the product a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly that. So
I don't think they did that well enough with contenders.
yeah, they did a little bit.
They
but,
did a little bit,
and
but
they're doing more than they have.
it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough
Yep.
to offset the fact that you didn't have base autos
Of the top guys.
of the top guys.
Besides Richardson.
And so hopefully this addition to one
Yep.
is a nice added chase.
Yeah, it makes me think, like, are they going to do anything like that for the NTs and the Flawlesses and the Maculats?
I feel like they have to.
Because you have the patch chases and the shield chases with those guys.
Yep.
But without any auto, like, RPAs, is there something else that they can add in that boosts those players and those teams' and
Yep.
potential chances?
I mean, they're going to have to figure that out because if they're going to continue to make products for the foreseeable future,
Right.
even when they don't have licenses, they're going to have to find players.
Yeah.
They're going to have to, and we know that players are going to have exclusive deals with Fanatics, and they're
Mhm.
going to have to figure out ways to make desirable chase cards of those players, even
Right.
if they don't have autos.
Yeah, do you know what the rough status is for 2024? Because I know we've got Score and Elite and some of those products coming right around the pipeline, or right around the bend here.
I believe they signed J.J. McCarthy,
Yeah.
but he's not going to play this year.
Yeah, I think JJ. I think I've seen like Jaden Daniels maybe. I forget exactly who was all teased on some of those products, but it's
But
looking like
they're still going to have players that they can't do,
yeah, like Caleb Williams. I think is
and they're going to have to figure out ways to get good Caleb Williams chases into the product
Yep.
that aren't auto.
Yeah, the same way they got to do that with Wemby.
Right.
Which, speaking of Wemby, Wednesday's gonna be fun.
Wednesday's nuts. Yes.
Yep. Talk about a limited product that we just could not get barely anything of.
Yep.
And it's gonna go quick.
Yep.
Yeah, Topps Chrome basketball.
Topps
The return.
Chrome rookie auto basketball. There is already, by the way, I don't know if everybody saw this. There is $1 million bounty put on the Wemby Superfractor auto
Yep.
by Blez, one of my friends, Jared.
I'm gonna hit it.
On that card,
Yep.
which is bonkers.
It is crazy.
They did not make much of this product. This product is scarce. I mean, if you're talking, baseball print runs of 30 to 40,000 cases, I mean, we're talking like a tenth of the print run of baseball.
Yep.
This product is going to be hard to find, and it's going to dry up fast. An incredible amount of this product is going to get opened in a very short period of time.
Yep.
And then you're not going to be able to find it anymore. And it's a non-licensed product, but as a first return to Topps Chrome, like this might be a hold.
I mean,
This product might be a hold sealed kind of product.
yeah. When you talk about Wemby, first auto.
Correct. So it'll be interesting to see what this product does.
Yep.
They've got some big names signing for this product.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be cool.
Yeah. I mean, you got Steph, you got KD, you got LeBron.
We're going to get, we're going to have to adjust to non-licensed.
Yep.
And some people are going to not like it. But I think a lot of people aren't going to care that much.
Correct.
When it's their favorite player's first ever gold refractors and orange refractors and things like that.
Yep.
So I'm pretty optimistic about Topps Chrome basketball.
Yeah, I mean, it's already selling like crazy, like on the pre-sale side of things.
Right.
So
Right.
it'll go quick.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one.
Yep. So
And then we got Bowman Chrome coming up soon.
it's coming soon.
Couple weeks.
It is. We already started working on our prospect previews.
Yep.
So
Look for some prospects.
I know
to start-
some of you guys depend on our prospect previews. This is the toughest Bowman
for sure.
out of all three of them.
Yep.
Out of Bowman Chrome, and Bowman Draft, this is the toughest one to jump into as a collector because it's so heavily international prospects.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
And I think the average collector just does not keep up with international prospects until they have a Bowman card.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Like
Sure.
that's when they start learning who these guys are and
Yeah.
forecasting how they think they're going to be and
Yeah.
prospecting.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're really following the January international signing, the J15 and all that, the December international signing period, whatever, and watching these guys through their first couple months of the Dominican Summer League, then you don't know who
You don't
they
know
are.
who they are. Correct.
You have to be a Dominican Summer League freak to have any clue who any of these guys are.
Correct. So we're gonna, like every year, we're gonna try and take a little bit of that pressure off
Yep.
for you guys with prospect review videos and prospect review articles. So keep an eye out for that in the coming weeks here.
Yep.
Awesome. I think we're probably to the point where we can open it up for Q&A.
Yeah.
So we like to share a bunch of information with you guys on products and things going on in the hobby, but we definitely wanted to always open this up to valuation or questions and things like that for you guys. I've seen a question twice now. Anthony and Jake just asked, are Blue Diamond Rewards still targeting 1% to 2% conversion rate? And I think people are looking at the Topps Chrome blaster box, and there's a piece of math that both of you correlated it to a $90 blaster. But at 9,000 diamonds. But I think the piece that people are missing a little bit is you actually get 2 diamonds per dollar. You get 2 diamonds per dollar spent. So 9,000 points actually correlates to a $45 blaster. And a $45 blaster is a $39 retail blaster plus shipping. So don't forget, you get 2 diamonds for every dollar spent. So you've actually got to divide that a little bit differently when you're calculating the valuations of these prizes. So, you know, a 5,000 or a 5,000 point hat is a $25 hat, not a $50 hat. A 9,000 point blaster is a $45 blaster.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the math on the rewards that you can be used to. So, any other questions? This is the time where you can ask us about our business. You can ask us about the shop, anything that's going on in the industry. You know, we like to be an open book on just about everything. So feel free to hit us with those questions. We've got about 15 minutes left. Probably time for a couple of questions. Other products, while we're waiting on questions, other products that are coming. Topps Pristine Baseball
Next
was
Friday.
supposed to be this week, got delayed to next week.
Yep.
Which is always a fun product.
It's always a good one.
Pro Debut Baseball was supposed to be this week.
Arguably our favorite product of the year.
We love Pro Debut. That one is coming soon.
Yep.
I don't know if we have an exact date on that one.
I think there is. I forget what it is.
They pushed it out.
Yeah, they did push it out. I'm just not sure what the exact date is.
Composite football is still on track for the end of this month.
Yep, next Friday.
Yep.
Pristine, Pro Debut the 6th. Yep. Composite the 30th. Then Bowman Chrome the 7th or the 11th in September.
And then a new product that they just recently teased, Motif Football, is coming. This is a high-end product. Think along the lines of like Immaculate kind of product. 6 autos, high-end. So I think it's like 8 or 10 cards, 6 autos.
Yep.
So
I'm so pumped for all this football stuff. Just with the checklist that they put out, you know, the fact that we're gonna have Tom Brady autos again, like all this sort of stuff, Stroud autos, everything, coming right up at like football season's here. It's perfect timing for it. I'm pumped for him. I think Topps is crushing all this stuff.
Yep. No, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we're expecting to see like 5 to 10 football products and 5 to 10 basketball products.
Yeah. They've only teased a couple, so
and they've only teased a couple.
It'd be fun seeing like
plenty more coming for the fall and winter.
Yep, exactly.
So, on top of the baseball that we already love and enjoy.
Right, exactly. Yep, 100%. I've got a question. Who should I draft in fantasy this weekend? You're not the right guy to ask.
You're asking the wrong person.
I stayed up until like 2 a.m. doing mock drafts last night. I'm not ready for fantasy football.
I am not capable of doing casual fantasy sports.
Yeah.
So I'm a little too competitive. I go way too deep on the draft and on the weekly. It consumes too much of my time, so I just had to stop doing fantasy sports altogether.
Yeah, that makes sense. I joined 2 new. I'm in 1 dynasty league, and then I joined 2 new like dynasty or keeper leagues this year. So I've got a draft on Saturday and a draft on Sunday. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's my first ever time doing a super flex league. I get the 9th pick, so there's just a lot of different strategies. Some of my mock drafts I liked, some of them I didn't.
You're drafting chalk.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. How long before the Twins and Royals pass Cleveland? Never. Cleveland's winning that division.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know what the standings are at actually right now. I haven't looked in a while.
Think they can hang on?
I've been trying to not look because the Guardians have not been doing good lately.
No, they're 5-5 in the last 10.
Yeah, that's fine. Twins are 2 games behind. Royals are 2. Man, the Royals are right there.
Honestly, when you look at the American League Central, like having 3 teams with 70 wins at this point in the season is kind of bonkers.
Well, not really.
No, not compared to other divisions.
Oh, okay.
just because it's the AL Central.
Actually, it is really no other division besides the NL West with the Dodgers, Diamondbacks, and Padres have 3 teams with 70 wins.
Right.
Never mind, that is impressive.
Yeah.
The Red Sox only have 67. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of becoming a
Guardians fan.
No, a Bobby Witt Jr. fan. Like, I've always appreciated him as,
Yeah.
being a stud in this hobby.
Yep.
But I like the way he plays baseball. It's kind of fun to watch him play.
He's a dude. Yeah. It was fun. I'm really glad that, I forget what year it was. I want to say like 2021, maybe the year after COVID, when he was still, before he got called up. I went down to the St. Paul Saints game, which I think was their first AAA season, and they were playing Omaha, and Witt was starting shortstop. And that was my first time actually seeing him in person, and seeing how much, like, he did not belong. Just how much faster he was than everyone, just everything, single part of his game. Just cool. I got to see him play in minor league.
And you got to meet him recently.
I did get to meet him, yeah. I got this little thing signed. Actually, one of the cooler stories I think I have since working here, just like cool baseball stories. So we had MJ Melendez come up to the shop. Titus had connected with them. I mean, we have connections with a lot of these guys in the Royals organization now. Like, we have Brewer Hicklin, obviously not a Brewer anymore, or not a Royal anymore. Nick Lofton, Nick Prado, and so that just kind of blended from there. But we had MJ come up to the store a couple weeks ago when they were in town and had a little rip fest and was talking about getting Bobby up here, but Bobby didn't end up coming. But MJ's super cool dude, nicest dude ever. So we had fun with him. And then the day after, I went to the game, and I had brought MJ and Bobby at like a mega box of Absolute or something that they were ripping. Didn't end up working out for him to, like, he was in the clubhouse. I was down waiting, and then they kicked me out of the seats. And then MJ messaged me. He's like, "Where you at?" I was like, "I just got kicked out." So he's like, "You want to meet me at the hotel?" So of course. So I go to their hotel downtown Minneapolis, and Titus is doing the 21 Bowman Chrome mini diamond set, all in-person autographs. I'm not sure how far he is along on it, but it's a super sick set. And Witt has a card, so obviously Witt's one of the tougher guys to get signed as a bigger name superstar, right? So I brought that with, and MJ's like, "Yeah, for sure he'll sign it." So going to the hotel, chat with MJ a bit, talk about the game, give him the box, whatever. Bobby comes down, get to meet him, give him the box, he signs, and we just started talking, and he was asking about what I collected and talking about what he collects. He said he was is a season ticket holder at the Dallas Stars games this past year. Got to meet Wyatt Johnston and became friends with him, and is collecting his higher end stuff, and so it was sweet. Then again, of course, players are coming into the hotel, and Salvi Perez comes in, and this. I don't necessarily get starstruck around these guys. Like, meeting Bobby was cool because of how big of a name he is, but Salvi's like a legend already, right? Like, instant Hall of Famer, and to have him like come in and just start messing with these guys and start talking with me and joking around with me about certain stuff and offering to buy Bobby's card that he just signed. He's like, how much? Like, it was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, those dudes are awesome. I'm like, I'm more of a Royals fan than a Guardians fan now, almost.
Nice.
So yeah, that was cool.
Now, Jake asked if we are still planning on turning this into a podcast. It is still on the plan. We're just working through all the small details and things like that as we work towards that. So.
Yep. You got a lot going on right now between the national,
all the travel, all
New
of
York.
the events have been a lot.
MN Card Show in a couple weeks. We've got our Saints Trade
game.
Day. We got to talk about that.
Everybody local in Minnesota should have this date on your calendar. It's September 8th.
Yep.
September 8th is a Sunday afternoon game at CHS Field, Saints game, and it is Trading Card Day presented by Real Sports Cards. We are going to have we reserved the Cubba Cabana in left field. We're going to have a trade day at the Saints game, so you can bring your cards, wheel and deal with other collectors, and then we are going to be attempting to set a world record for the most packs opened simultaneously. So everybody coming into the stadium is going to get a pack of cards that we ask them to wait to open all together at the same time. And then we're going to have a little treasure hunt aspect of that event. The first either 500 to 1,000, we haven't got these quite determined yet, but the first 500 to 1,000 people to bring a Twins card from their pack to our booth at CHS Field is going to get a Louis Varland autographed card.
Mm-hmm.
So we did an autograph deal with Louis Varland, who's a local hero, right? I mean, this is a local fan favorite, so we're gonna have some Louis Varland autos that we're gonna be giving away.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm pumped. Like Reed said, it sounds amazing for the kids. Being an afternoon game, Sunday afternoon. I mean, it's gonna be like the Saints games are always busy. Then having the trading card aspect to it, which I think is gonna be the first trade day inside CHS Field ever, probably.
Correct.
Some fun stuff up our sleeves with that. So I'm pumped for that day.
Yep.
So that's coming up quick. Yeah. So but between all of that and everything we got going on, it's been a busy end of the summer, early fall here.
Yep. Exactly.
So.
Anthony brought up the triple auto that's been making waves. We already talked about one bounty today, which was the Wemby Superfractor rookie auto from Topps Chrome with the $1 million bounty. There's now a $500,000 bounty.
Did he get up to $500,000
on another card?
Yep.
I believe it's $500,000 right now.
Mm-hmm.
You had it was kind of an epic way to see these bounties start popping, right?
Cool.
Like the card is a triple auto KD, Steph Curry, LeBron James Team USA card that you could only get by buying the Topps Now card of the same card, right?
Yep.
The triple.
Yep.
Like, how many copies of this card were sold? Like,
I forget, but it blew.
I think it was like 488,000 cards.
Something like that. It like 10x the last Topps Now record.
Yeah. I mean, 500,000 cards sold.
Yep.
One of those people is going to get this one of one auto. And the bounties started flying, right?
Yeah.
The bounties started flying. I saw 100,000 thrown out there. Then I saw 150. And then you had Golden and Jeff Wilson going back and forth a little bit on it with a little bit of trash talk. And then Nate Burns from Grand Slam just laid the hammer down.
Yep.
I loved it. He poked a little bit of fun at Jeff Wilson because Jeff Wilson in his announcement, he got really dramatic.
Yep.
And he's like, I've talked to my bankers and I've talked to my investors and we've decided that we can do this. And Nate Burns like, I didn't have to talk to anybody. I didn't have to get anybody's permission. This is my bounty. And he just threw that bounty down on that card, and I really enjoyed that. Quite frankly.
That was a good one.
Jeff gets a little dramatic at times, and Nate was just like, forget this clown show. We're just gonna double that bounty offer. So that was fun.
What are your thoughts on that card, like as a whole? Like I know I've got personal thoughts on it, but I haven't talked to you about it yet. Because you're a Jordan guy, obviously, but I'm just curious to hear your thoughts.
It is, aside from like Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, it's the biggest assembly of three of the greatest players of all time that we've seen.
Yep.
Right? Jordan, LeBron, Kobe clearly is the biggest ever.
For sure.
But this card is wild. I am a little bit skeptical of value, though, and I'll tell you why. This is the first card ever signed by these three players together. I do not expect it to be the last.
I agree with that.
I do not expect it to be the last. LeBron's been upper deck for a long time, so he hasn't signed with Steph and KD.
Yep.
But now that Fanatics is doing autographs with these guys, we will see more triple autos of these players.
Yep.
And I'm not sure that the Topps Now Team USA one is going to be the one.
Yeah.
That's the most valuable.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing saying that they won't do a triple Logo Man auto.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Why wouldn't they?
Exactly.
I mean, Fanatics is going to create products to replace Flawless and NT and Exquisite and Immaculate and these kinds of products. They're going to make these kinds of products.
Yep.
And these players are going to end up in these products. And so I think that the card's amazing today. It's obviously the first,
Yep.
but I think there's a lot more to come.
Yeah, I think it is
of
cool
this.
that they're wearing the same jersey too. Like, I think that says something. But no, I agree. Yeah, it'd be cool to see what else they do.
Yep.
It's epic for me. Like, these were the guys that, like, you have your guys that you watched when you were in middle school and high school, and like, these are my three guys.
Yeah.
Like, I've been a KD fan forever, and Kobe was in the mix obviously too, towards the end of his career. But yeah, I mean, I'm a Cavs fan. Watched Steph and LeBron go at it from 2012 to 2016 or whatever it was. Like, yeah, it's a pretty special card. It's sick.
Right.
And then seeing these dudes on the same team and win gold is pretty cool too.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I had two really good eras of basketball that I watched.
Mhm.
You had obviously like the Jordan, Barkley, Olajuwon, Karl Malone, David Robinson era,
Yep.
Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, like that era,
Mhm.
which was awesome to watch. But then I also was really watching basketball a lot in the Garnett,
Right.
Allen Iverson, Kobe era of basketball. Like, these are two really distinctly different eras of basketball.
Yeah.
Shaq kind of spanned over a little bit of both of those.
Two crazy different
Jason
eras, yeah.
Kidd kind of spanned over a little bit of both of those eras.
Yep.
But like, that was my time watching basketball.
Right.
So, but I have enjoyed watching Steph. Like,
Yeah.
like
Crazy how different that he is compared to anyone else that's ever played. Again, shooters. You
pure
have
shooting.
Yeah.
Pure shooting is amazing.
It
like
is.
because I had like Larry Bird and Reggie Miller.
Right.
So, like, Steph Curry is right there. Like, this is one of the things that's so fun about Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, just chuck it up and it's going in.
like amazing. Like, the shots that she takes,
Yep, I agree.
are just wild.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
She's the GOAT.
yeah.
100%. Casey, shoot me a PM. I can look into that for you. Chris said, what's the highest end card you own or / have owned? Oh, yours is easy. It's not necessarily in comparison to that, but your highest end card is an easy one.
The J-Rod.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I own the... It's not as big of a card right now because he's not playing great, but I own the Ben Baller Topps Chrome Julio Rodriguez Superfractor Auto.
Yep.
I've never really pursued having big cards though.
Yeah.
You know,
hadn't been your niche.
like I really am a memorabilia collector. So like things like my Mickey Mantle Oklahoma Kid inscribed baseball,
Yep.
or my Ted Williams Splendid Splinter inscribed jersey,
Mm-hmm.
Red Sox jersey, or my Andre the Giant autographed baseball.
Yep.
Like, those are the kinds of the big pieces that I own that
Yeah.
I really cherish.
Yep. I've got the Dorian Thompson Robinson 101 black finite auto in Prism. That's about as high end as it gets for me.
Yeah, I think my Cades are better than that.
No, not a shot.
So, awesome. Well, I think that is going to wrap up our time this morning. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us as always. It's always fun to sit and hang out with you guys on Friday mornings. We miss it when we're traveling and can't pull it together.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to reach out anytime. If you have questions, we're always available to answer those, even if it's not during a live. Appreciate you guys and your support, and we look forward to all of the products and excitement coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, we'll have some fun here soon.
Alrighty, we'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, guys.